All right, now that we've kind of hit the week 12 of the manhunt, most folks have tried, or at least gone through, to do the climax mission, wrap that up, and then once you do that, your first try, you should get the Tinkerer mask. Subsequent tries, it's a hit or miss whether you get it or not. So everyone's been working on builds. I've been playing around a little bit. You know, there's gotchas to everything you do. I know there's maybe a bug out there. I've heard of some crazy numbers, but anyways, I wanted to run around with a shotgun build just to see what it could do. I've been trying this out a little bit. It's not great. I try not to use the skills because that impacts Streamlined, right? Because when no skills are on cooldown, interestingly enough, with the Bulwark Shield, when I've triggered it and it's technically on cooldown, it doesn't seem to impact Streamline, whereas like when you use like the other shields, it does. I'll have to see if I can show a demonstration of that. But I just have the Bulwark as like a, oh gosh, I'm getting overrun, and then, I don't know, might as well carry an exotic. Why not the regulus? If you don't have the regulus, just something you get to fight with. You might have the Liberty even, and the Liberty is actually not such a bad option here, right? Because I think you get 2% weapon damage on hits, and then headshots consume all stacks repairing your shield for 3% per stack. So I think Liberty drops pretty regularly, or it shouldn't be too hard to get one, even if you're running a group. So while the regulus requires a lot of raid running and parts collecting, Liberty's not so bad. So you could run that, or run a busy bee. You know, you could run around the busy bee, land a few shots, add some damage. But here I wanted to run a dual shotgun setup. Yep, these are right around 2 million each. Running brazen, which means I need to land my shots. And then Streamline on the other one for the 42% weapon damage when no skills are on cooldown. I've been playing around too with like Optimist, Pummel, things of that nature that can give some extra damage. You know, especially the ones that kind of proc. Depending on how you're feeling about things, you could also use like a preservation if you really need extra armor recovery. And then I'm running a 4-piece head Hunter's Fury because you get the 15% shotgun damage, plus you get 20% armor on kill, 50% health on kill. Then you get 10% armor on kill from Gunner. I'm running a Badger Tuff Backpack. It's all shotguns, so it's another 10% shotgun damage. And then I have Opportunistic on here, which enemies you hit with shotguns amplifies the damage they take by 10% from all sources for 5 seconds. And then on the 4-piece Hunters, I should say, you get Apex Predator. So they get a debuff, which amplifies your weapon damage for 20. Amplifies your weapon damage by 20%. If you kill them with your weapon, it disorients the other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So running with this, you can certainly get more. And then since I'm running the chest, I get Endless Hunger, which increases the duration of the Apex Predator stacks from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. Again, that's that secondary one, I believe. Or no, yeah. So sorry, those were 10 seconds, but yeah. So it increases it to 30 seconds, so you can do that damage longer. I forget what's on the backpack. I don't have the blueprint for the backpack, so I can't craft it, but you can farm Hunter's Fury just about anywhere. This is also a popular gear set to do like a head Hunter's Fury build where you know, you run like a chest piece with you know, or stuff like that. Just makes it mostly headshot builds. I did have this actually geared that way originally because it was from a different build I had focused on the regulus. But I'm really bad on console here with landing headshots. I try to get better at it. But boy, when I did with these shotguns, I mean, you're dropping reds really quick and purples. You pretty much just run with your primary or secondary is just for the talent. but they are spec'd the same, even though they're slightly different shotguns. They should be outputting the same damage. I don't know why that says 1.7 million and that one says 2 million. I thought they started at the same core. But okay, maybe I should look into that. Maybe I actually need to have the military version. I crafted the custom, so you know, one of the good places that everyone likes to test these types of builds is Lincoln Memorial, because you can actually run through it and things are staged pretty well. So it's just kind of in bursts. I have been dropped at a few control points with this because, well, I'm just not that good. I might need to reset my maps. Yeah, I haven't. Try and reset it every day. And now I'm running this without modifiers just because the season's coming to an end. But you certainly can run it with modifiers and take advantage of, you know, because you will take damage. So, you know, if you were to run it with the current season modifiers, I'll just activate them temporarily. So you could still use this. I have 2 blue cores, so it'll give me another 10% weapon damage. But safety first, Hasbro for the stamina tiers. I have decent crit hit chance. So if I get to tier 5, you do headshot, but like there might be some other things in here you could mess with. And you can get protection from elites. This one's not bad if you get to all of them. You can give yourself a little bit more health. Anyways, this is just kind of what I tend to run with. I don't get up disrupt resistance, but yeah. So I deactivate that just because sometimes those modifiers can give you false false hope on how powerful or not powerful a build is. So let's just jettison on down here. I will probably turn off directives for the run through. Just see, I will probably die as well, potentially a number of times to the point that I rage quit. Oh, I hear somebody. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah. Nope. These brazens are missing. Can't complain too much on that. Definitely with brazen, you gotta land the shots because it does a lot of damage. I'm gonna try not to use my skills, but if I run into trouble, I will definitely use them. Doop doop doo. Hi. Get away from me.
Can't get a line on him.
Oh. Boom. Nope. Ow. Not exactly how I wanted that to go, but... And they cat me out.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
I find that when I do a lot of damage, they keep sending out those big bombers, and they drive me crazy. Boom. I'll take it. That was pretty sweet. Those are the easy stages. I'll let the guy go. I don't need him. Get away from me. Oh boy, where'd the missile boys go?
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oof.
Damn, they're flanking me.
Oh man, that's hot. Ooh. Don't you run from me. I will get you sooner or later.
I got your division right here.
I hope you do.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
Got a description?
$1.4 million on that.
Back out of there! Back!
You now.
Damn it. The True Sons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
Run, run, run.
DC-62 detected. Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. We can't afford to let the True Sons escape.
I
with
bet
those.
that they have one of those big bomber dudes in here. Because they like to torture me. Wow. Good times.
according to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs.
It'll be no surprise here in a second.
Their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Serious trauma detected.
Great spot for a turret.
I don't agree.
Let's see. Take that!
Come here.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
Mm-hmm.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You lost yourself in the... I'll shoot you shot down here.
Well, that was glitchy.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus is taking position inside the memorial.
Not too shabby.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sun's infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated a stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.
All right. Did a decent amount of damage for 77 kills. I actually got 31 headshot kills, which isn't too bad. A real crit and damage percent and crit hit percent was pretty decent. I think I'm only at 56% crit chance, so not too bad. So again, this is with the Tinkerer mask. 2 shotguns, one with brazen, one with Streamlined. Brazen is your primary because if you lose that, Streamlined because you use a skill, at least you still are putting out extra damage. 4-piece hunters with that 15% shotgun damage plus the survivability, Apex Predator buff helps out, and then the chest increases the duration of that, which is cool. And then the Badger Tuff Backpack for the extra 10% shotgun damage. And then Opportunistic, which gives you another 10% damage that they take from all sources, including your shotgun. So, we saw a couple of those hits were like at 1.4 million, even though these hit at 1.7, 1.2. Got to figure out what I messed up here. I probably just need to farm another military. Military must have more base damage. I always forget how to... Does it show normalized stats? Interesting. They're the same now. Oh, weird. I have rate of fire on that one, but now they look the same. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. Oh, show base damage. That's what I'm looking for. So 703, 703. I just don't. Oh, is it doing that because of the rate of fire? Like if I were to change that. Oops. to reload speed. Yeah. So it's just because of the rate of fire, it puts out more damage. I know I kind of like having the reload speed. Personally, if I'm just running off of one, if I was going to switch between the two of them, I would do that. But since it's my secondary, I will keep it on there, mostly because if I get into a pinch and I need to switch, I think I'd rather take the rate of fire to help me get out of the situation. So, okay, we know it works just fine on Lincoln Memorial. Probably by far the easiest mission, I think. One of the easiest. Where it can get into a real problem is control points, but like even this open world stuff's not too bad. Like I can just be like, all right, let's go do a control point. Why not? I will probably die here. It's easy to get overwhelmed on this one when you try and get up close and personal. Maybe we'll get the loot goblin.
Hostile control point detected.
Yep. Four hits to the center of the loot goblin. And snooze fest. They really need to start dropping that harvest again. Everybody loves that for their determined builds. Oh, okay. Don't do it.
Keep an eye on our flank.
He's got
You know what to do.
Agent, you're going down.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Climb.
I've got no target.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
Grenade away.
Nope. What?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
I don't even know what's going on. It's pretty funny. Love it when you can one-shot drop them. 1 mil. Is that pesky turret? That's... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, they're going to throw a grenade at me. Let's try a different route. Yes, I'm being extra conservative here. They really don't want me to stay alive.
Frag. Tossing a frag. Incoming frag.
Shit, he's down. How do you like that?
I don't. Probably not the most efficient clearing of that. But I definitely need to burn a med kit because I like to have all my armor here. Alright, so far so good on the control point.
Reinforcements incoming.
Of course I have directives on, so I don't know where they're coming from.
Incoming hostiles detected.
And I have no indicators because I don't have modifiers on. There they are. Yeah, I see him. Guess they're coming from the long way. I hear them. Oh, there they are. I'll take that. And that. A little bit of a miss there.
Reinforcements have arrived. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Still alive for the moment. Oh, here they come again. Up the right side. Yeah, you did. Oh boy, no.
Agent down.
Help me. I'll get away from the fire so you don't burn. Do you? I want my brazen stacks. Whew. Alright, I got downed once and got my butt saved. What are we all pointing our guns at?
Supply room access unlocked.
Pretty sure I just saved your lives. So it does work, you just gotta be careful. I got cocky, I thought I could take on that gunner with this build. It's a little fragile. I mean, it's only 2 blue cores. And you're basically standing right in front of the people when you're shooting them. But that damage on some of those hits was sweet. And the armor on kill at 30% was certainly very nice. Now, I also have pretty much all my gear that I have on. I tend to always, if I have a build that I know I'm going to run around with for a while, or parts that I reuse, like I'll always get them up to a 12. It's pretty cheap resources wise. It doesn't require any exotic components to get there. But if you're, lower on your shade level, it might be harder to have the resources for it. Don't worry about that too much, but it does get me 1.2 million armor, which without that, as you saw, I would have probably died sooner because I did have an armor break. You can't change that to a blue. You could run a 3rd blue core on here for a little bit more survivability. You're going to lose some damage, but there's always that possibility. And, I never did use the Banshee Pulse. I used the shield a couple times to get out of a pinch, especially when I was going to be stuck in a reload or my health was all the way down. And that's really what I would personally reserve that for. But that's just me. I mean, everybody plays a little differently. I would say a build like this, you probably have to have some familiarity with the spawn points. So like here, I know that they got 2 spawn points over there. So there's like one over there and then one kind of back there. And if they spawn there, there's almost always a guy that runs around the back. So if you're up here, he's like the guy that usually comes running up the wing at you. And if you're not paying attention, will come up through the wing and shoot you in the back. They spawn there, they just run straight out. And most of those guys out, there's a spawn point out of that truck there that they come out of. And then there's the one up here at the sewer head, which coincidentally, if you get a resource convoy through here, depending on which way they come in, resource convoys might come from there, or inside the plane fuselage, which you have to really be careful of, because if you're not prepared, like you got like double the waves coming out of the plane, and that really sucks. Get away with me. Get away. Get away. Is that everybody? No, there's... Yes. Okay. Yeah, so that works good. So we know we can do control points. Definitely ones that we can stay active on. Running around seems to work okay for missions as well. I should probably do another mission and see how that goes, just to check it out. But mostly I wanted to see how this was going to actually gameplay without modifiers. So like when we get into the next season and we know that there's going to be new modifiers, like I usually like to have a build that can stand on its own, especially if there's some new exotics that help out with making it more fun, like this Tinkerer mask. Definitely allows you to step away from the named weapons and the exotics. So kudos to Massive and Ubisoft for doing that. Personally, I like that. Very nice. Because, you know, it's like I have my build that I absolutely love to death that I use for everything, which is, I call it my Cat Striker, which St. Elmo's Catharsis Mask. And then, you know, so I only have 2 blue cores, but this thing throws out a lot of damage, gives a lot of survivability because you have armor and kill, plus that Catharsis Mask lets you put out more damage. I've made another video on this. I love it, but it's like I also am like, I'm totally reliant on the St. Elmo. 70 rounds, shock rounds. It's great on legendaries and lots of solo running around, because the shock rounds, if used wisely, will get you out of some situations. Like you can basically stall a number of bad guys at once. Hey, got me a new med kit. This control point might be a little sketchy, because, you know, this is very, like, tight quarters unless you can draw them out, but they don't... Oh my gosh. Wow, that was not nice. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Keep running. Don't let them treat you that way. Uh-oh. No.
Assistance needed.
Leave me alone.
Hostile detected.
shoot me.
Big mistake, asshole. Ah, help! Hostile engaged. How the hell?
Roll right into my shotgun. I feel like there's still some bad guys around, maybe. I feel like I heard some sounds. So the real question is, so here they can spawn from in there. They can spawn from back there. They can spawn from way over there and from way back in that corner. So it's always kind of like a crapshoot.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile
Over here.
contacts. Detected near location guarded by hostiles. Serious trauma detected.
I like to not be down on an armor level. I know running fragile armor is counterintuitive then. Holy crap. Oh, and I'm dead.
Signs 0.
That's what I get for being a punk. Well, good news, I did fire the flare. It just means a harder battle. Definitely not foolproof. This is not like a build like those lead-in videos like this thing eats legendaries. No, this is very much I want to challenge, but I want to do something different. So take it with a grain of salt.
Reinforcement complete.
Okay. Now I'm really far away from them. I bet they're going to come from way over here again.
Exit vision. Awesome.
Take grenade!
No.
Don't worry. You're gonna be fine.
Who's going to be fine? Yeah, you do that. Stop shooting at me. I didn't sign up for this. Or did I? Quit running away from me.
They're going around.
Hostile detected.
It's going to. Hell.
Okay, that's taken care of. Because that little turret can just rip me apart, and I don't like that. Just to call that out. See that reload speed? That was certainly nice to have that as a... Ooh, 1.1. Hey, who is that? Stop shooting at me. We did it. Oh boy. Yeehaw. Alright, one more mission and then we'll call it quits. Otherwise, you know, I have to cut up the video to make it shorter because attention spans. Let's grab some loot. Alright, I have 4 medkits. Grant Washington's always a good one. What I want to do is I don't want to end up in one where, you know, like somebody's up at a high level, because shotgun's not going to do me a lot of good. Space Admin HQ. Iron Space Museum might be an interesting one. Let's do that. Don't think this has anybody. Yep, does it? If I got it correct. I could be wrong.
Civilians in distress.
Not my problem. I just gotta watch out for the guys with the missiles
The
here.
ramp to the parking garage looks like your best way in.
Keep your head on a swivel. Actually, you're dead.
Munitions detected.
Oh, I did make a mistake on this one because I think there will be the upper level. So I die.
We need to figure out what they're doing here. See if you can find any intel on their operation.
Oh, whoops. I gotta get my intel.
Seems like these guys are salvaging and repurposing anything they can from this place. They're crafty bastards, I'll give them that.
So at least in group play, you could be a good support player because, you know, this is really the getting the folks on the ground. Like, I'm gonna have problems. I realize at the next stage when I have to deal with people up high. And I'm dead. Alright. Well, that's how it goes. I won't force it. Booked through Lincoln. We booked through a couple control points. Some randomness.
Civilians in danger.
Yeah, and it could be a fun way to play the game a little bit more up close. No, I don't. That was some good range.
need more ammo.
Sometimes I gotta shoot him in the knees so I can shoot him in the face.
Gotta kill him.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I'm gonna try and go up around the back of him.
That cover will save you.
Whack it! Man down! Where? Swapping out!
So much for this tack rig.
Mm-hmm. Heard some explosions. I know. uh, of course. Hell yeah.
Identified.
That guy was just standing around dancing the whole time. So many rats. You dirty rats.
It's time to face reality. Only the true sons are willing to do what needs to be done.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Open up! Mark the
Sniper.
Hey, agent! I can see you bleed!
So can I.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I can fix this!
Serious trauma detected.
Don't get too much. Gonna need.
Access detected.
Change back.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Gotta take this fucker out. Uh-oh.
Too much.
My armor clearly broke. Alright, friends, that's what we got. One last time, double shotty, brazen, streamlined. Use whatever you want for a pistol, something powerful. If you have an exotic, Liberty, you might not have the regulus. Badger, Tuff Backpack with, Opportunistic, the Tinkerer Mask, 4-piece. Hunter's Fury. My stats are 56% crit hit chance, 105 crit hit damage, and that's for both shotguns. And then pistol's different, but yeah, we put out some good damage. It's pretty fun. It's challenging. I'm sure there's more tweaking to do it, maybe something a little bit more powerful, but don't worry so much about your expertise. Just focus, play it on challenging or something like that. Mess around with it. All right. Be well.